Hello. The Foyle Young Poet of the Year award has been finding, celebrating and supporting young poets from around the world since 1998. It is the key competition for young poets aged between 11 and 17. If you write poetry in any form, free verse, blank verse, sonnet, performance poetry or rap, this may be for you.
Lisk, the race card. People always excuse racism with the phrase, stop using the race card, as if the exploitation of blacks, the use of an infamous six-letter word, is all a game. Like I could use my race card to make happy families of all those who have lost a brother, a sister, a parent, a child. Like I could use my race card to win this game of top trumps and defeat what some may call catistocracy in one of the largest yet most broken countries in the world. Like I've used my race card to stop this game of life where people are seen as pawns through a lens of black and white, and protesting seems like a trivial pursuit. So how can I articulate to you the fact that this is true? If I did have a race card, I wouldn't roll the dice of wasting it on you.
Moved by George Floyd's killing last year and the Black Lives Matter campaign, the race card was written when Lauren Lisk was 14. 15-year-old Imogen Beaumont entered this short but canny feminist poem that gives voice to some of Shakespeare's silenced heroines, the sound of Shakespeare's women.
Imogen Beaumont, the sound of Shakespeare's women. If Juliet was silenced amongst a patriarchal nightmare, and Lavinia was two hands down with no tongue to tell their tale, and Ophelia was driven to madness with no sense left to speak, and Cordelia was shunned by her father, her pointless words falling on deaf ears, and Desdemona's desperate truth was shouted down by whispered lies, then Will's trying to tell us something.
Last year, the competition received almost 16,000 poems from over 6,000 young poets. There were 15 nominated as top poets and 85 commended poets, and all 100 winners receive a range of brilliant prizes, including publication, mentoring, and access to a paid internship. Many young poets go on to become established, published poets. These young poets use the unsettling circumstances of 2020 to create a poem expressing their experience of being in the world in ways that were passionate, political, tender, troubling, humorous and brave. If you'd like to enter a poem for this year's competition, visit the library for further information or speak to your English teacher. It's free to enter. Poems can be on any theme or subject, and you can enter more than one poem. But remember, quality is more important than quantity. Concentrate on drafting and redrafting your poem to make them the best you can. Mrs. Spedding has offered her services to read through and offer tips via email if you're unsure of entering a poem, and there are also tips on the Foyle website, as well as all the other winning poets. We will finish with Lottie reading last year's winning poem, Julia, by 17-year-old Linnet Drury.
Linnet Drury, Julia. Instead of you dying, why don't you come round to ours? We'll tell you we're ready by calling your home and hanging up after 3 rings. We'll hand you folded card takeaway menus, pretend to look through them, then reel out the usual. Garlic bean sprouts with mushroom curry, as if you just decided then and there with a side chuckle. You'll pull 3 movies, 2 cowboy, 1 alien, out of your warm black sack of a handbag. You'll leave us late, for we'll only start watching the chosen film after a long discussion about being a nun, your favourite French abbeys. I'll pour you a drink as you and my mother reminisce. I'll watch you through the glass of something stronger, crazy waves of massive white hair. I'll be trying to place the way you convey comfort. Notice how you always screw your eyes in sympathy. Me and Mum will taxi you at 7 a.m. to Easter service, the only people in Oxford at dawn except the one jogger. You always supply the change. You won't have been the most sudden death I heard of via email. The last time I see you won't be leaving the cinema at 10 p.m. You so excited Harrison Ford returned for the final film. You telling us, I'm walking too slow, you should run and catch up with the others, in your matter-of-fact way. The last words we say to you won't be, But this feels like the movies, where the old hand tells the hero to go on without me. I'll only hold you back, and they're never seen again. You won't say goodbye in your even more matter-of-fact way and leave, back into the ether. You'll be sitting there at the Odeon Cafe next time, exactly 15 minutes early as usual.